Hello, and welcome to this episode of Little Bits of Stuff, a podcast that showcases different health related topics for medical professionals and non medical audiences. This show is brought to you by Nick Ate, a surgical resident at University College Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria.
Press the button, my friend.
And here's your host, Nick.
Hi, in this episode, we'll be talking about a common medical presentation that has become a source of worry for medical professionals in the Nigerian health system over the years. It's a term known as Jedi Jedi. Now, if you're a Nigerian or you live in Nigeria, especially the southwestern states, you probably have heard the term Jedi Jedi several times. It is a popular terminology that could mean different things to different people. Jedi Jedi is a Yoruba word which literally means something eating up the anus. Now, as a doctor, I've had several interpretations of what patients call Jedi Jedi, and I've always wondered if it is actually a real thing or it's just a misunderstood slang that really hit it off. From my experience, several interpretations that I've had over the years include low back pain, and they'll say, "Doctor, my back has been aching like forever, and despite using Agbo Jedi, which is a herbal mixture that is commonly sold on the streets, it hasn't improved." Now, another common presentation is anal pain or even anal protrusion, usually when they go to the toilet. And then some come to complain of passage of loose or watery stools several times a day, which has also not stopped despite using Agbo Jedi. The common one that actually gets them off their seat sometimes is that of weak erection, premature ejaculation, or even impotence. And they'll usually complain of this if they feel they've been underperforming with their partner. Others include pile. Yeah, they complain of pile, which is a common word which means hemorrhoids most times. Now, all these complaints usually have one denominator, and that is sugar. They'll go on about how they've been having too much sugar in the past few weeks, and it's telling on them. Hence, they've been taking the herbal concoction for relief, and it's not going away, and they've now come to you to try to perform some magic and all that. Now, let's really go into this. What is Jedi? Really, does it mean just one of the common complaints we just explained? Or is it a constellation of symptoms? Do we really need to take Jedi seriously? I mean, do we need to take it as a real medical diagnosis that we can work with? A deep dive into the world of research led me to one study by Rotimi Adigun et al. As it sought to medically classify Jedi Jedi. Now, data were obtained from survey respondents who participated in a 2013 to 2014 Every Nigerian Do Something internet survey. About 298 respondent forms were used for this study, and the survey was conducted online through the SurveyMonkey internet survey platform. Analysis of their study showed 80% of respondents reported having experienced Jedi Jedi. Of course, 98% were Nigerians, and 56% reported low back pain as the most common presenting symptom of Jedi Jedi. The next to these was anal pain, and then about 36% rather complained about bloody stool. Now, 35.5% said erectile dysfunction was Jedi Jedi. And then constipation and anal itching recorded 26% and 29% respectively. Their findings suggest that a large number of Nigerians are familiar with Jedi Jedi as a disease in quotes or as a presenting symptom of disease. Erectile dysfunction and low back pain were the most common presentations, and most respondents utilized herbal remedies for the conditions considered to be Jedi Jedi. Now, table sugar was also found as the most commonly implicated factor in the cause of their Jedi Jedi. And this made them conclude that Jedi Jedi needs to be properly studied towards formal medical classification and management. If you want a copy of this study, you can go to ends.ng and you get a copy there. Now, this brings us back to the same question: what is Jedi Jedi? It's a tough one, I must say, and something we should really look into. I'm not aware from my little research if this terminology is common and accepted in other regions of Nigeria, and if same remedy is applied. But this is my recommendation. If you have any of these various symptoms that connotes Jedi, I would advise you consult your health physician for health checkups. There are hundreds and hundreds of diseases that could start up as one of these symptoms, and you may just be saving yourself if you detect it early enough to treat. Please and please do not consult your local herb seller for remedies. For me, it's a game of trial and error if you do that. Why joke with your health? This leaves us with these thought-provoking issues. How do we unify the several interpretations of Jedi Jedi? Is it possible to have one specific treatment for it instead of the various herbal concoctions people take? Is it safe to assume it's not a real thing in the first place? I'd love to know what you think about this. Feel free to drop comments on any of our social handles and you'll get a response almost immediately.
And that's it on Little Bits of Stuff for today. Please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Google Podcast. You can also get it on Audio Mac and YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at Lil Bits of Stuff. That's LILBITSOFSTUFF. And on Instagram at Little Bits of Stuff. That's LITTLE Bits of Stuff. Until next time, stay healthy.